The liberal media wasting no time to politicize Hurricane Ian, using the dangerous storm to push their usual climate change hysteria.
This is exactly what climate scientists have been warning about for a long time.
How concerned you are about what is next, given climate change.
Climate change making storms bigger and more costly.
When we have Ian hitting so hard, so fast, especially in comparison to other recent storms, it raises the question about climate change and what degree that is fueling its power.
Our Earth is getting warmer, and there is just no doubt, I think, left that it is feeding these beasts.
Where it comes out is in the intensity.
But watch what happens when they come face to face with an actual scientist.
Watch this.
Can you tell us what this is and what effect climate change has on this phenomenon?
Well, we can come back and talk about climate change at a later time. I want to focus on the here and now.
What effect does climate change have on this phenomenon that is happening now? Because it seems these storms are intensifying. That's the question here.
I don't think you can link climate change to any one event.
Okay. Listen, I grew up there, and these storms are intensifying. Something is causing them to intensify.
Don Lemon grew up there, so he knows about how ferocious these things can be, Greg.
That is science. Remember that time he wondered if a missing jet plane went into a black hole?
Yes.
That was all-time 100% Lemon. The theory is that, like, it's a test for everything. If you always have the same answer for everything, that it's global warming and climate change, you might be a robot. Right? It's like this. It's like how weird it is that you are trapped in a single filter for everything. And it's a reflex thought. And you never stop to think, maybe there's something else. You can go way down the rabbit hole looking at the cause and effect of man-made climate change and extreme weather events. You will come out no smarter or no dumber because they contradict each other constantly. Deaths by extreme weather events have declined almost like over 90% over the last century. Like I said in the first block, so many houses have been built, and they've been built further and further out, and yet we see a decline in deaths. So that's interesting. So I think the science, they are not talking the science. They're just in that kind of reflex mode, which happens when you've been talking about the same thing in the same way for 40 years. It just comes out of your mouth, and you don't even know why you're saying it. He just feels that it's right.
Dana, were the Seminole Indians tracking hurricane speeds back before the white man arrived?
No, that's a good question.
Was the white man even tracking hurricane speeds in Florida 100 years ago? I don't think so.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing. So Don Lemon, he grew up there. He says he grew up there. That doesn't make you an expert, of course, but you can have a feeling for a place and a desire for people to be well, but it dismisses the point that they've added like millions of homes and people. And the same will be true when we see more wildfires this fall, as we usually see, especially when it's really dry out west. Everyone will say, oh, well, that's global warming as well. Well, actually, more people are living in the wild-urban interface. It's called the WUI.
The WUI.
People are living along there. People are living along the coastline. One great thing about this is that it does seem a lot of people did obey the evacuation orders, and Florida is really well versed in coordination with not just the federal government, but amongst each other. All of these counties are talking about how they are great friends and they know each other very well so they can communicate. The thing about this that killed me is that it's the Democrats that are very, very worried about the loss of trust in experts. And then here you have a guy from NOAA who is answering Don Lemon specifically and bravely, I would say, because the peer pressure must be intense. And they're dismissing him. Well, that's not what I wanted to hear, so you're an expert that I don't want to listen to.
We don't like those experts. If Joe Biden had spent all this money on climate change a few years ago, would it maybe have been a Cat 1? I mean, that's the theory.
Look, I think that the chief from the NOAA had it right.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation about climate change and have a conversation about what man's behaviors have done to the climate, but this is not the time to do that. This is the time to love thy neighbor and figure out ways in which we can encourage citizens to follow what local authorities are saying, encourage local, state, and federal officials to work together. We have plenty of time to debate climate change. This is not the time to do it. And we can have a robust debate like we do around this table, but it is silly to inject at a time in which people are fighting for their lives, even tonight, the thing is escalated to a Category 1, and people in Charleston, South Carolina, and North Carolina are having to face this. And here we are talking about climate change. This is not the time to do it, and I hope everyone shows some restraint.
Judge, if the Floridians had been using solar panels,
it would have made a big difference.
Ian had obliterated and swamped the solar panels, how would they have turned the power back on?
Let me tell you, it would have made a big difference. I mean, I've been through a hurricane and lost our house, so I know, like Don Lemon knows, wouldn't have made a damn bit of difference. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is the people on the left are so focused on politics, power, and winning that at every turn, at every opportunity, they bring politics in. When Amy Klobuchar says, now that we've seen this, now we know the Democrats have to win in the midterm. Then Don Lemon and Joy Behar and all the rest of them. And Biden now threatening to get the oil companies, saying, you better not get those gas prices up. I mean, these are people who don't have the ability to empathize, to understand what happens when you lose everything that is familiar to you. When you lose your house, you have nowhere to go. People are looking at you like, you know, where are you going to sleep? You're not going to sleep in my house anymore. When the Army Corps of Engineers, the Red Cross come in with a cup of coffee, you almost want to get on your knees and thank them. You know, you're at the bottom of your life in terms of what am I going to do and where am I going to go? And what they're going to see, what the left is going to see about America is how we come together. Yeah. How from all over this country we come together, we take care of each other, we're generous, we're compassionate. And while the White House and the Dems try to you know, they have this incendiary, you're a semi-fascist or semi-Nazi or whatever the hell the 74 million Americans are, they're going to see that we Americans love each other and take care of each other. And this is the time to try to make sure that people are out of pain and you can do your politicking later. Yeah,
just like we came together after the storm hit Texas and then the Sandy and then this one down in Florida.
And the pandemic. I had to throw that in.
Yeah, that was a little different.